We're good. We're good. We're doing this. We made it. We figured out a time to make a stream happen online. I have a bird. Hell yeah, audio. Are we good? Are we good? Are we? All right. Cool.
I am your host. I don't know. I've, I suddenly started doing Samurai Game Changer.
You've been here the
I've
whole
been here
time?
the whole time. That's right. But no, without further ado, let's meet these characters. Absent this week is the Keeper of the Vermin, Protector of the Trash Heap.
Yeah, chat is saying
Faded
that they
Quackle.
cannot hear the DM's voice.
Now you're in.
Just a
I
wee.
switched you over. There
Oh,
was
okay, great. All
Oh,
good.
yeah. It looks
I
like
don't know
it
how
looks like
many
a
of
good.
the things that I am supposed to say. I'm not going to say them again. You all
No,
know.
you've been in for a bit.
If you really
Okay.
want to, if you really want to hear the whole spiel, there's like 80 some episodes on YouTube.
87. This is episode 87.
87, and most of them are two-parters. So that's a lot of videos that you could watch or listen to our melodious voices. But in addition to this fetid Quaggle, who is currently absent, we also have, as I search for my script again, because I lost. Oh yes, the larger than life pit fighting superstar Ugna
Just
Sugar
Ugna.
Tusk.
That's me.
Just do now.
Head Trey's here. Or Pico. He big
And
now.
next up, the trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal Tromlin Darius.
What's up, sluts?
And our wild magic streaming sensation, Morgan D. Sater.
Hi, cuties. I have a tiny bun.
It's so cute.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
very
cute.
cute.
You could make a tiny hamburger. And finally, our sweet old grandpa, who's also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
Horrifying catchphrase.
When we last left our heroes, oh my goodness.
A lot
Morgan had
happened.
slipped off. Yes, Morgan had slept off wild magic symptoms in the woods, but is still growing back her hair and appears undead, a curse that will require a greater restoration. So she has styled herself as Undead Chic in the meantime. After some morning pleasantries, the War Council has now gathered, including the Wizards of the Vale, various members of the extended Sunshine family, delegations from the Dark Conclave of Dwimmerdell, the Dwarves of Rockspire, the Guilds of Ravenfall, and the Chillwinds tribe of the Northern Wastes, along with El Gato, the hero of the Southlands. The Wizards have proofed the room against scrying, a room off of Copernicus's library, and Perny has filled everyone in on the story so far, including details on the Necrogog, undead armies, and fungal plagues to the west, the dark wizard Graculus and his attempts to perform a great ritual in the north, and the latest developments of the past few games in Morwindle to the east. The Dark Conclave gave some further updates on the undead armies of centaurs and the disappearance of the elves in the west. Others gave updates on the situation in Ravenfall and the Northern Sea, where the Hermodrim have begun raiding the coast. And the Dwarven delegates spoke of Duragar attacks and civil war in Rockspire. Then Perny outlined Glorpa's vision to the group and all of his suspicions about the towers to the north, south, east, and west, centered around the Sea of Evermere, and the links to rune magic, including this rune tower that is supposedly going to appear in the center of the world. Ugna then revealed her mother's sword to the group and told the story about that same sword being used in the southern mountains to defeat some kind of extra dimensional terror, and the entire Southlands lighting up with fire in response. And then Perny stated that he had found all the lost pieces of the Elenath, the mystical and legendary elvish poem which, when he read it out loud, seems to have started some kind of magical wheels in motion. Finally, El Gato told the others of the Dragonborn armies raiding from Nelmarzesh and finally leading to all-out war between the Empire of Ibisha and the Dragonborn. But just as he told that tale, sounds of fighting erupted from the library without, and our heroes rushed to see Darius Sunshine, Captain Darius, the only guest who is missing from the council, come tumbling through the suddenly open portal, pursued by a squadron of Dragonborn warriors, one of whom had driven a lance through Darius's chest. And that is
That's
where
fucking
we
rude.
He's bad.
that's where
Very
we
rude.
left off. Yeah, y'all. Copernicus is folded out portable ritual circle is still sitting there in the library. The portal has been opened. Someone somewhere has cast the spell to open the circle to this location. And you saw through the portal the shapes of Loxodons fighting with Dragonborn as Captain Darius comes stumbling through the portal, falling in a pool of his own blood. Shall we roll initiative?
I think
Seems
so.
like.
Seems kind of stupid not to at this point. Oh, let's
I
see what
rolled
happens.
9.
16.
Okay. Let's get some numbers. 16 for Ugna.
11 for Copernicus.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. That could
That
either be good or bad.
good. It was a wasted 20.
Aw.
23.
23, right?
Yeah, total.
That's a 6 for me.
With bonuses?
Yep,
Someone want
6
to roll
total.
for Fetid for me?
Not me.
Fetid gets
He
a
deserves a better roll.
8 plus whatever his bonuses are.
I mean,
Not so bad.
that is better.
Better than
He has a +5, so that gives him a 13.
Yeah, that's not great. Sorry, Fetid.
I have rolled 9 for your assembled compatriots. And it's a 13 for the enemy. So 9 plus. I'm just going to put 9 plus because some of them will have different bonuses. And I will roll, put down 15. All right.
Can you say peekaboo? Can you say
All right.
peekaboo right by the mic?
You going to talk to us? Pico, Pico. He's not going to talk. He's not in his cage.
I don't know if you heard that little tiny Pico.
what a sweetie.
But he doesn't quite say peekaboo, he just says Pico.
When he's in his cage, he starts talking like crazy because it's basically him saying, "Let me out, let me out, let me out." And then he will say, "I love you," which means, "Let me out."
Which he only says when he wants out.
The grift is strong.
Okay. So Tromlin's up first. You see the fallen form of Darius through the portal. You can see the armored forms of Dragonborn. You can make out both black and red Dragonborn, and then and it's not a race thing. I'm just saying those are the kinds you can see.
That's pretty racist.
Big generalizations here.
Some shapes of various Loxodons, but you don't. No one is near enough that you recognize them.
It's hard to be racist against them because we don't really know the differences. Is it possible for me to grab him and yank him out?
You could certainly run forward and start hauling him. He's a very large, heavy man, and you are not super strong, but dragging is not that difficult. I don't know. Do you have a magical option?
I think you also have a pretty good idea of what Ugna's going to do if somebody's just been stabbed. Because I have a maneuver for that.
I see.
And it's one that Tromlin and I do all the time.
Yeah, did you want to hold your action? Like, so you know that Ugna's got all of the protection tricks. Did you want to hold action?
Yeah, sounds like Ugna has a plan, and if anyone knows how to handle a situation like this, it's probably Ugna.
Because Ugna's next.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Cool.
hold.
Well,
What
I
you gonna do, Ugna?
imagine that he is a willing creature, this Darius. And though he is large, I am too. So I'm going to bait and switch.
You are larger. In
I am
fact.
larger.
Okay, so you're going to run forward, get
Yep.
to where he is, and haul him out and toss him behind you,
Yep.
which does not cause an opportunity attack.
Nope, because I am in the way now.
Yeah. If you want to spend a maneuver point, I would allow you to throw him farther than the normal. So normally bait and switch, the target is just now behind you, like immediately. Like I think you move them 5 feet.
5 feet.
But you are a very large and strong individual, and if you
That
want
is
to,
true.
if you are willing to spend a maneuver point, I'm
Well,
happy.
I suspend the maneuver
for
point
you to-
anyway because just to use it.
Oh, bait
And then
and
it
switch
gives us
is a
bait and switch is the superiority point. But it allows us both to have a die roll to our AC for the next
right.
turn.
Yeah.
For the
Roll your bonus. Let's see how much AC you just gave yourself.
Yep.
One D8 bonus to AC is no
That's
joke.
no joke.
That's a 6.
Plus 6 AC for the round.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
To both you and
That'll do.
Darius. So now, Tromlin, you've held your action, and Darius is now closer to you and not in any danger of being attack of opportunity.
I think I'm casting a cure spell on him at 3rd level, so he doesn't die.
Nice.
Seems
Much
like.
appreciated.
And actually, Ugna, you have more that you
I have
can
more
do with your
attack.
turn as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But I was going to let Tromlin do his thing first.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's do it. I mean, he was holding action, so you can kind of do this whenever.
Yeah.
So he can jump in and throw some healing. I'm just looking up. I keep forgetting the new numbers for what you get per level with heal.
Is it not 3d8 anymore?
Yeah, it went up, and I think maybe no, because it used to be. Oops, that's the wrong spell. Heal wounds, right? Cure wounds. That's what it
Cure
is.
wounds.
Heal is a completely different spell. Yeah,
I
it
wish-
used to be 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, and then plus another 8d8 per level. But they increased it with the new rules.
Okay.
I wish I could sneak over there and show you guys because Meg is asleep on top of Pico's skateboard. But if I
Aw.
get up, she will definitely wake up. But she's like a little fluffy ball on top of a skateboard, and it's very cute.
That's very cute. Hella cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's cure wounds, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess it's still 1d8 plus your spellcasting. I thought they increased it.
Cure wounds.
If you're
Level
upcasting
1.
it,
Creature you touch gain a number of hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. Healing
That's
increases
what it was.
by 2d8 for each. So he gets 68.
Yeah. Because I knew they increased it with the new rules, and I think it's a good idea, and I just couldn't remember what they increased it to. They just doubled it, flat out doubled it. So
Well,
2d8
that
plus your spellcasting modifier, right?
yeah, 68 total because I'm doing 3rd level.
So 68 plus 4 is your total healing.
Shit. Hold on. I'm just adding the other 3 dice in. 38 points of damage.
38 hit
Very
points.
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Now
that takes you a bit of effort. Like obviously it's an action either way, but like so for everyone's appearances, this you actually have to like draw the lance out of the wound. Not a bunch of point in healing a wound around a giant spike. So Cromlin is there pulling this thing out of Darius's side, and the energy glows from his hands as he heals, and you can hear Captain Darius gasp an intake of air. He had in fact already been down 1 death save.
Ooh.
Oh,
Now
Ooh.
he is at 38. He was at 0. Ugna, go ahead and
Yeah.
finish your
So,
turn.
how many Dragonborn have come through the portal, or are they all still on the other side?
None. There are 2 right in the portal that were in the process of stabbing Darius in the back.
Right.
So they're within weapon reach of the portal and therefore you.
Sounds like a great time to just. Oops, Meg fell off the skateboard.
Oh no! I heard the skateboard hit the floor in the other
Yes,
room. Like, I just heard like a splatter.
She moved and she probably woke herself up when it fell. That's an abrupt
Don't
awakening.
sleep on
A little
people.
baby.
He says, I don't understand. Why
But
are
yes,
my skateboards
I'm going to try and knock these Dragonborn back through the portal, further away, so we can like slam it shut. So I'm going to stand on my side of the portal, but I'm going to hit them with my hammer.
So 2 things.
Yep.
One, now that you are, so you did not use an action to bait and switch. It just costs the combat maneuver superiority die.
Yep.
But did you want to propel him farther than the 5 feet?
Right.
Because if you did, that would be your action.
Yeah.
I think I would be willing to call that like an attack action because it's basically like a throw.
Yeah. I could even, if you want me to spend another superiority point, I could do a pushing
use
attack.
to send him further away from the fight.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say?
If you wanted me, I could spend another superiority point to do a pushing attack and like actually get him far away. But I don't know. I don't want to do extra damage to him because he doesn't have a lot of hit points.
No, but you could just spend the action to have tossed him further behind you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Have one action.
I'll like receive him into my arms and then like pass him off, throw him further back for someone else to deal with, and then whip out my hammer.
Man, I'm really lagging because I can hear you in the other room.
Oh yeah?
Like a full half a sentence before I can hear you through the headset. But look at that face. Fight. Okay. So the second thing is, now that you are up at the portal looking directly through it, you see these 2 Dragonborn who, of course, are now going to engage with you.
Oh yeah.
But you also see behind them, you can see a general melee, and you recognize the Loxodons of Captain Ulf and his crew.
Oh wow.
So the Loxodons, of course, that you traveled with, that you know.
Yeah.
Are hard fought with this group of Dragonborn.
Right.
And you can see several Loxodons and a few like Dragonborn as well who have fallen, but others engaged in serious combat.
I will shout behind me.
Beyond all of this, that this is on some kind of jungle island.
Oh. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna shout behind me and go, hey guys, keep the portal open, I'm going in. Looks like they need some help.
God damn it. If it's, can I have a move action as well to follow? Because I'm obviously not going to let Ugna go alone.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
The main issue is actually, yes, I was going to say I wasn't sure if you had enough movement because you had to use your full action casting the spells. You just did movements. You can't do a dash. However, with your rogue cunning action, you can use a bonus action to either dash. It's a dash, basically, in this case, in order to get.
He should be able to move as far as Ugna moves, because Ugna also took a full action and moved.
And I only have my movement.
Unless they're starting from different points, then they should be able to match, I think, movement.
I'm also not going through the portal right away. Like, I'm going to engage these 2 Dragonborn and then see how that fight goes.
It's simply to answer Peter's question. It's the deviation to go in. Instead of just going straight through the portal, going to where Darius lands, casting the spell, and then going to the portal. but
Okay.
it's not adding. It's not adding a lot of movement, but it's more than Ugna. In any case, he's got the bonus action to use for that either way. Ugna, do you want to go ahead and make your attack?
Yeah, let's. Now I've only got the one because I used my action to throw Darius further. So I'm not doing a
Yeah.
full attack, but I rolled a
That said,
17, so I'm guessing I'm
you
hitting
could-
something.
Do you want? How man? Can you hear me at all? Like
Yeah.
we're really lagging.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
I
There
gotta
is
like-
a bit of lag. I was assuming it was on my end, but yeah, there's a
No.
little bit.
I don't know. Between me and Alina, there's enough lag that whenever I start to answer Alina, I am not heard, and Alina keeps talking, and then I go,
Check.
okay.
The
Your
last time
cord
that
is
happened
plugged all
to
the
a
way
friend
in.
of mine,
I
it
mean,
was a cloud update, like something uploading to the cloud that they didn't realize was happening, eating up
yeah,
all the internet.
I might just like quit some random applications that are running on my computer. That
Yeah, because I'm on the like the hard line, so I've got super fast connection over here.
Yeah, check your speed. You're probably on like crazy speed.
Yeah.
In any case, what I was, yeah, I've got pretty good. I mean, that's just the download speed. No, my speed's really good. I don't know. It must be lagging on Discord or not
Maybe.
Discord. Twitch's end.
Twitch?
Well, I
Yeah.
guess no, it would be Discord because
Yeah, it would be
I'm
Discord.
listening to you through the Discord, not the Twitch. In any case, what I was going to say was you can attack both of them because you have 2-weapon fighting. You just have to give up your shield bonus, but you just got a +6 to armor class.
I'm probably all right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right,
So
let's
you
do
can
it.
spend your bonus action to turn this into a 2-weapon attack.
Yeah. So I got a 17 on the
You do
first one and a
one-handed with the
13
hand.
on the second roll. But that'll be plus a 10, so that's 27 and 23 to hit.
So what's the second weapon? Are you using your short sword?
Oh yeah, that's only a plus 8, so that's 20 even.
Yeah, those. So the 28 will hit. The 20 will not.
Ooh.
Wait.
So
Yikes.
they are in full heavy armor, and you skate that short sword off of the one's armor.
Right.
So the two that you're fighting, one is a red dragon, one is a black dragon.
Oh,
You're
sorry, 21, because it was
attacking
13 plus 8.
Hang on a second. I think that hits. I can't remember if it's
Oh,
21
okay.
or 22.
Right.
18, 19, 20.
Could I inquire as to if I have line of sight to this, just in case?
You do, and yes, 21 is the armor class you need to
Oh,
hit.
nice.
So you just
Oh, damn. All right, so 2 hits. One with a
so single-handed hammer
with
does a D8.
D8, and then one with a D6 plus 5. Right. 4 plus 8 on the hammer. So that's 12. And then 10 on the short sword.
Any juice that you want to put on either of those? Oh, you know what? Actually, roll for your how many charge. You used all your charges yesterday on your hammer, but it is a new day.
Oh, yeah. What am I rolling on that?
It is 1d3 plus 1
Okay.
each dawn.
I'm going to
So you
roll a
roll a
d6
d6
and divide it
by
in
2,
half.
rounded down.
That's a 2, so that's 1. I get 1 more charge.
No, 2. It's 1d3 plus 1.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you currently have 2 charges on the hammer.
Yeah.
And of course you've spent 1 superiority point, so you've got 1 left, or several left. Sorry.
4 left.
I was trying to say you've only spent 1 was the point. So those are the options you have to put extra juice on this if you so choose.
I will hold on to it for now. I have a feeling we're going to get into the mix real soon. So it's my turn.
And then Morgan, you were asking about line of sight. You do have it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Was there something reactive you were going to do? Because otherwise I'm going to move to the bad guys.
No, but I just wanted to know before the bad guys went.
It is bad guy turn. Ugna, you have 2 Dragonborn warriors
Sure do.
with Gladius-like weapons. One of them is going to take his Gladius-like weapon and attempt to stab you, and I'm going to throw that die on the floor. 'Cause
I
all
have a
keep off.
DC of 24.
He does not even come close. I rolled the 4. I did not get the other 20. So that I'm pretty sure his bonuses are not going to make that difference up.
If they are, I'm terrified.
So
This is not a
he
fight we can win.
stabs you and glances off your armor. The other one, however, is going to inhale and breathe a cone of fire. This apparently is a thing that he
That's
has
the red dragon?
ability to do.
I am assuming.
Yeah, this is the red one.
Sweet.
So this is a 15-foot cone that is going to spread out into the library
No.
and set a lot of things on fire.
Uh-oh.
It's
So
on a
Ugna,
roll.
you need to make a DC 15 dex save.
Mm-hmm. Hang
That's
on.
not a roll.
Hang
right?
on.
It's I don't think it's
No.
silvery barbsable.
It's
Nope.
not barbable.
No.
It's not
No.
barbsable.
No, he is breathing fire. He's not casting any spells or anything like that.
Just a sec. I'm going to see if my intercept might help
Monkeys?
us.
Well, if someone else is about to take damage, you can take some for them, which is probably good because
Yeah.
this will also strike both Tromlin and the fallen Darius.
Oof. Yeah, I'm getting in Jarvis's way.
So you can basically with intercept you can take 1d10 worth of damage off of somebody.
I will.
But first of all, make your DC 15 dex save throw. Tromlin also needs to make a DC 15 dex save throw.
I'll roll for
I
Darius.
rolled
See if
an 8,
there's
so that's a
half damage.
10.
Yeah, I guess Darius is technically conscious now, so he
I
gets to
guess,
roll.
true.
I'll roll for Darius. He's 17 on the die.
That
Nice.
is better than
That's
15.
better than me. I take it
What
full
did
in the,
you
do?
in the chest.
You fail, and then I saw
Yeah.
heard 22 from Tromlin.
Yep.
So yeah, dex save is your bag, man. Okay, I'm gonna go grab all my d6s because I played
Oh, yeah.
BattleTech the other night, and all my d6s are gone.
Hey guys, did you
Yeah.
know that Alina did a TED Talk?
I
And I got to
did.
see it, and it was really, really cool.
Sick.
And Raven was there and scared all of the ladies in the audience
I
by doing a good old
did.
war whoop. That was good. I loved it.
Yeah, I do a lot of whooping. I've been trained by burlesque performers to make
Good.
noise. And so I do literal hooting and hollering.
I
Which
remember
is, I guess, generally not the vibe
of
for
a TED Talk.
a bunch of white corporate people at a TED Talk at a university.
Oh, not corporate people, academics.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, fuck them.
Yeah,
They've been around enough students. They
Yeah.
should know.
Listen.
they should know. I
Listen.
agree, they should
yeah.
know.
There was literally, there's this one white woman like a row ahead of me, and every time I was whooping, she was like,
Just the look.
I think it was that like blood memory thing, but not for like
Listen.
remembering ceremony,
No,
but like
yeah.
being afraid of Indians, being like, they're
Listen.
circling the wagons, they're circling the wagons.
If you're gonna invite indigenous people into your spaces, you gotta get used to the fact that we make some noise.
Ugna, 28 damage.
Ooh.
No.
Jesus.
I got it. I'm good.
Darius and Tromlin take half of that, 14.
Sir, that's my face. Do not bite my nose, please.
Oh, rude.
Yeah, very rude.
And I will roll the d6 to see if he can keep his breath weapon for reuse.
Squish.
And
No, he can't.
that is their
Good.
turn. Also, the library's on fire.
That's bad.
Ooh.
There is additional things that happen on the enemy's turn. Ugna, you can see a bunch of combat continuing to occur out
On the other
this island on the other side. And just a second here. Yeah. Right. Just checking on the duration of this thing. Yeah. So what you can see out in the jungle here are these various Dragonborn and Loxodons locked in combat. You see a handful of turtles, which quite now reminds you of the crew of Captain Ulf's ship, Captain Osg Ulf, as you all know. And you don't see the captain himself, but you see the Strangler, the Loxodon
Oh, wow.
wrestling buddy of
Oh, I'm
yours,
for sure running through
fighting
that
two
portal.
Dragonborn.
Absolutely going to help this guy out.
You also
Agnar, is that his
see
name?
Kengar the Strangler.
Yeah.
Agnar, right.
And you in fact see that the Loxodons are pretty hard pressed. There's like some people fall during this round as you're watching the battle. Next up is Fetid. Fetid is going to stay in position but start throwing some arrows out there. So he's going to start shooting past Ugna into whatever Dragonborn he can see. So I would like somebody to make a couple of attack rolls.
I'm rolling for Darius, so I'll pass on.
I rolled for
Fetid.
Fetid earlier.
Was a 2.
Yeah, I will roll
I
for
rolled a
Fetid.
2. I won't.
First, oh god, I rolled 2 18s, so Fetid's doing really good.
Oh yeah.
Those will both hit.
Those will work.
Okay, well you get to roll some Fetid damage.
Woohoo!
So that would be he would
He's putting some of that stink on it.
Yeah, he's gonna do the poison damage, not the Hunter's Mark yet, because he can only do one of them at a time. So he'll do that one. So his base damage 1d6 becomes 2d6.
Nice.
And then his swarm adds a d6 to one of his attacks.
Damn. Okay, so first attack,
So
3d6.
roll 3d6 for the first one and 3d6 for the first one, 2d6 for the second.
God, I rolled all 2s for the first attack. So that's 6.
2, 4, 6, and then it's a plus
second attack.
6 damage.
Second attack is much better. It's an 8 plus 6.
So 6 plus 6 is 12, and 8 plus 6 puts us at 26 damage.
Nice,
Fetid. All on the he'll shoot for the one that was breathing fire because that seems bad.
Yeah.
So what did I say, 26?
Yep.
That guy's at 38 damage already between you and Fetid. As Fetid puts multiple arrows into him. Next up, it is Copernicus.
Okay. And so just to clarify, the combat that's taking place outside the portal is taking place on land. Like there's no sign of any ships.
There's an island out there. There's some kind of jungle. Yeah. You don't know really. You can't see it unless you only heard Ugna say that there's a battle going on. But yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. That's going to make it a lot easier to get Darius to agree to rescue. I think if his boat was like, maybe it's nearby, but if it was out there, I don't think he would abandon ship. So at least we can talk him into just evacuating everybody, which seems like it's probably the best thing to do at this point. I think.
Good boy.
I think Copernicus will quickly, as he passes by Darius, like put a hand on his shoulder and just say, "Cousin, is it dire out there? Should we evacuate your sailors? Evacuate your crew?"
He looks like blearily at you, like he barely recognizes your face, being quite stunned. And he will say, "We can't leave the ships."
Good boy. Good boy.
Okay, I'm just gonna nod and I'll say we'll see what we can do, and I'll head through the portal. So yeah, what does it look like out there? Is this a winnable fight, or is this a?
Before you go through the portal, I want to remind you, because you would know. I'm not even going to make you make an Arcana check, but you know that the whatever casting opened the portal.
Yeah, someone did it from inside the house.
Lasts, and maybe someone inside the house, but it could be either side, right? Like someone,
Right.
as long as
Hmm.
someone knows where your portal is, or either someone in the house knew where the portal that this connects to is, or someone outside the house knew this portal, that your portal. But you also know the duration. It only stays open until the end of that person's next turn.
Ooh.
Oh,
So if it opened at the beginning of this initiative round, effectively, then it's only staying open until the end of the top of next round, right? There's
can I keep it open? Is there anything I can do to keep it open?
you could. I don't. You don't have the spell though, do you?
I don't believe I do, but I must have it as a ritual if I've got the book, right?
Yeah. So
My
you can
character
read
sheet does
over
not
it.
have it.
The problem is it takes a minute to cast, right?
Okay. Hold on. If I get a look at where the portal came from, then I can access that portal point going forward.
If you can, if it is coming from a circle, right? Because
Right.
remember, if you have this spell as a spell, you can just
Oh,
cast it and
right.
open the other, and only the other end has a set location.
Right.
It opens wherever you are,
Is there
and
a
it leads
circle?
to the circle you know.
Is there a circle in Sunshine Manor, or is this the circle in Sunshine Manor?
This is the circle in Sunshine.
Right.
The folded
Yeah.
portable teleportation circle magic item that
Yeah.
Copernicus owns is sitting on the ground open because it was being used to get everyone here from their various locations.
Right. Okay, so I think I'm going to. Can I make a very swift, like I'm rolling through at disadvantage, bonus action kind of investigation check on this side of the portal before I stick my head through? I'm
What
planning to
did
basically just see if I can find any evidence of if this was cast from our end, if this is open from our end.
you don't even make a roll. Like you said, you were going up and looking out the portal anyway.
Yeah,
So
before I do that, I was going to check on this end quickly, but
you don't
so,
see a set of runes on the ground, a circle
Yeah.
on the other side, which means it was cast from that side, leading here.
okay.
Right? Because if it was cast from here, there has to already be a circle on the ground that is the destination, and that did not occur. There is nothing out there. You don't see a circle.
Tromlin.
Yep.
Morgan's just like frantically doing like the goggles, doing a goggles emote. The rock.
Confusing. Do I have that or does Tromlin? I actually can't remember. We've traded it back and forth a couple times.
I'm going to randomize because I think it's been a while, and it may have changed hands in between. So I'm just going to roll.
And then Morgan will remember that she did sign the Fido contract, and Taperni goes, "Invisible bitches, invisible bitches," all caps.
Tromlin has the rock right now, or the gem of receiving.
Okay. How could I use an object interaction to swipe it off of him if I know where it is?
I mean, I would let you.
Yeah, you were running by him anyway.
Yeah.
You were running past him to talk to Darius. So
Tromlin, the gem.
I will allow you to use your bonus action for that because Tromlin can kind of like toss it in your direction as you go by.
Okay, so I'm gonna pop my head through the portal with the gem out and see what there is to see. I'm really looking for clues as to who opened it and why.
Mm-hmm.
No, here.
I thought it was on the far side that it was opened, correct? It was on the
All you said was invisible bitches.
It must have been cast.
Yeah, well,
it must have been cast from the other side of the portal.
Got it.
Destination there. Like there's no circle on the ground outside the portal.
Yeah.
Which, to the best of your knowledge, means it must have been a spell cast from that side. Oh, we just lost Randy.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've already shoved my head through the portal and popped up on that side, so we're gonna live with the consequences of our decisions. We'll start out there. What is there to see?
You see, one of the first things you see is a fallen Loxodon lying bleeding at the foot of the portal, who is clutching a scroll. And so that's probably the most obvious thing that's going to jump out at you. There are no invisible bitches going out there that isn't what they seem to be.
Okay.
You don't see
That's
through any
fine.
illusions.
Okay.
Actually, no,
Then-
you will see something through an illusion. You will one of the larger sets of shrubbery that's at the edge of this clearing in the jungle is an illusion. It's not really there. It's a static illusion.
Okay.
And cowering behind it are two small Loxodons.
Timothy and Tomothy.
With bowler hats.
The babies.
Oh,
Okay,
Good.
hold on. How much movement have I used up to get to where I am?
Most of it, I think, you know what? I think I'm going to establish that it's close enough. You guys were all more than 15 feet from the portal, but I won't say you were more than 30. So you can
Okay.
just get through the portal if you wish to.
It is
Okay.
on Timothy and Tomothy.
Great. Yeah, then I can use the dash action. I was just trying to see if I was going to try and thunderstep it.
You haven't used your if you use a dash action, you can't cast thunderstep because
Yeah, but thunderstep can only take one, so I think I will stick with the dash action. So Timothy and Tomothy, do I get the sense that they're going to get to act before? Because I want to get back through the portal and I want to get them through and I want to get the fallen person through. But I guess who stole the turn? Morgan has a turn still, right?
I have a turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get Timothy and Tomothy.
there are
And-
too many Loxodons out there fighting these Dragonborn to get them all.
I know. Timothy, Tomothy, and the fallen one are the ones that I want, and I think between Morgan and I, we can get them. If I come back through and yell like there's someone out just outside, get them.
I don't think we can
So-
get everyone back. I think.
No, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
just Timothy,
that's
Tomothy,
right.
and the fallen person. I think we can get them.
Oh, out. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab Timothy and Tomothy and pull them through, and I'll do the dash action for that.
That's not possible this round. You
Okay.
can get to them with your dash action. You certainly can't get back.
Okay. But then so the portal closes before I could get back. Then.
Correct.
Okay.
But you being on this, I will remind you, you can open this portal.
I can
Right,
open
you
this
have
portal
the
even if I don't have the book with me.
Well, the book. Assume you have the book. You mean the item, right?
Sorry. So I thought the book is I thought the book is the thing that allows me to cast teleport as well as being a teleportation circle. I don't have the teleport spell, so I don't think I can get back through.
The book. You have
Okay,
a
so
map. You have a book of which has all your rituals and stuff in it. It's your
Yeah.
tome. You're a pact of the tome.
Yeah.
That's not the book you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the teleportation circle. I think is the only way that I can cast
Teleportation
teleport.
circle is not a book. It's a big fold out. It's like a.
Oh, I've been thinking of it as a folding book, like a big unfolding book.
Kind of. I guess like those old school map books that just is one like thing
Yeah.
that folds up in one giant
Okay,
map.
so I can't get home without that. So I'm not going to. I can't stay out there at the end of the round. So I think. Oh god, it feels cruel. This is very Sophie's choice. I can thunderstep back with one of Timothy or Tomothy, and I'd have to explode the other one.
You can't. You can't do that. So that helps.
Can you,
You can-
I
summon
think
one
we're
of those
going,
bees?
Peter. Peter, I think
Okay.
we're all going.
You won't have an action.
I
Okay.
left.
understand,
You
but
can cast
yeah.
action.
All right.
You won't have an action left to cast the spell. So no
Right,
matter
okay,
what,
that should get there. Okay.
you
Alrighty.
don't have the
Alrighty.
action
So
on to pull it off.
and so far both Ugna and Tromlin are through the portal right now.
They are. Well, I didn't get a confirmation that Trauman was going after, but Ugna is going.
Yeah, I
to-
said I was.
Okay, then yes.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
correct. They are in the
So then,
process of going through the portal.
All right, then I'll pop my head through, and I'm going to say, the portal's closing. Everybody through. We need to help Captain Darius's crew. If anyone who can cast teleport can come through right now, please, right now before it closes, join us.
That was great. We need to get home.
Yeah.
Ugna doesn't understand how portals work, so she just went through. She's like, it'll stay open as long as I need it, right?
I mean, it's an open hole. It's a door now. Like
Yeah.
doors
Yeah.
stay open if you don't
Right?
close them. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
In that case, I'll just cast a spell on a random dragonborn that's in our area.
Would you like to? Well,
Random
there's
dragonborns
two.
in your area.
Just
Yeah.
opens up Dragon there.
If you would like to meet random dragons in your area, there's two of them right
Sorry,
in front of you.
Dragon Rider with a Y.
Woo! Hell yes. Hell
No,
yes.
Dragon Rider just with the I missing. Just Dragon Rider, but it's like RDER.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. DRGANRYDR.
Dragon Rider.
Dragon Rider.
Great. So much brand potential. Right. Okay. I think I'm not gonna do any sauce on anything yet until we know what we're dealing with. So I will.
The rest of your you've used your movement. You could hold the action if you want.
Yeah. All right. I'll hold my action part. I'll hold my action part.
Sure. You've used your bonus action for object interaction. You've said some stuff, and you used your movement. And
Yeah.
you still got
I'll whisper just to Ugna and Tomlin that Nancy and Tomothy are cowering behind an illusory hedge there, just so that someone else
Only
besides
them?
them knows.
Oh my God, Peter.
well.
Well, there's no one else
Next-
that's hidden, right? Everyone else can see everything, but I'm the only person who can see through the hedge.
Next
Why
up
else
are
you
your
can't-
various friends.
Oh no, I'm assuming that people can't hear me through the. Can I yell through the portal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want the I don't want the
Sound will pass
dragonborn
through the
to.
portal while it's open.
I don't want the dragonborn to hear, so I think I'm not gonna yell it. So I'm gonna stick with the whisper
You just
for now.
Is
you
it?
just printing it.
Oh, I can text. I can printing it. Yeah. Okay.
You can printing it all
Thank
of our
you.
friends.
Thank you.
Okay. A couple of the people you are with are actually going to probably go before Copernicus because their bonuses are so high, but I'm just kind of mixing it all up.
I just got a delivery.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
nice.
looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Cannot eat.
Oh yeah.
As you are having this conversation and fumbling around at the portal, a rope, like a chandelier holding rope that you didn't know existed in your house, swings towards the portal, and
Elgato?
lands, comes swinging. He's all swashbuckling, oh! But then he lands on the face of one of the Dragonborn as the cartoon ball of fur and claws type cat. So it's like swashbuckle, 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 cat to the face.
Good.
And it's just all as that particular Dragonborn staggers backwards, slapping at his face and the various whirlwind of claws that's in it. So he steps back through the portal with Elgato. The various Quaggles who were here from Ravenfall also will have high decks, and the thief Eurus Gale has high deck, so they also were going kind of before you or around the same time, Copernicus. But the Quaggles are hanging back and taking cover with Fetid. Eurus Gale is going to sling a frost bolt at the fire dragon, and then very much after you have gone and shouted about people need to come through the portal, your various sea of wizards that were here at this and the dwarves are going to go. So with an absolutely soul-rending shriek of rage, your daughter Lucretia casts
The fire spell.
a control flames, but goosed as far as she can goose it, and the fires start just magically quelling all around the library, and you can just the flashing fury of her eyes. If that alone could stab the Dragonborn in the face, she would. But in addition to that, also present here who are spellcasters are Albina Sunshine, um, Dangelf the Dun, Azuria the Blue, and Aurelia the Golden, the three wizards of the Vale, and the representatives of the Dark Conclave, or representative. I think it was just one who came of the Dark Conclave. And they are all pell-mell. Some of them are flying. The wizards that have fly spells currently always going are flying towards the portal. And there's just a general rapid dash for the portal. The dwarves, of course, have some reduced movement, but they are charging. I guess I'm just, dash actions are just gonna do it here. The dwarves basically are all dashing and piling into these two dragonborn that are blocking the portal. Ugna, you're like part of a rugby scrum all of a sudden. You have
Excellent. Good.
like a half, like a squadron. I can't remember how many dwarves there were in total. Let's say 4 are basically all going to cannon into you and the dragonborn, and you are now just a mob pushing this dragonborn back through the portal. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody.
No.
But
No, I mean
Morgan,
everybody of them, everybody of this group
Okay.
that I have to keep track of. So last but not least is Morgan.
How big are these boys? How big are?
Oh, and Darius also scrambled to his feet and charges through the portal.
How big are the little boys? The twins?
You can't see them.
Yeah.
You remember them being fairly small.
I texted you 2 elephant emojis, and then like the invisible air puff emoji, and then a hedge emoji, and then an eyeball
Yeah.
emoji, and then a gem emoji.
Nice.
Yeah. Morgan's going to jump through. She's going to vault over Ugna, obviously, and just have like a little like, oh, excuse me, as she goes past.
Ernie's holding the gem up and out, by the way, in case you want to just grab it.
Oh yeah. Actually, sorry. I don't know if I don't have the object interaction because it took so long to get to my turn being the last in the initiative. Morgan is object interaction first, shoving the plate of treats set aside for this meeting into her bag of holding as she rushes towards the portal. Those are hers.
Okay.
Those are hers. Important.
There.
We're going somewhere we don't know. We have some food. So she just like grabs one arm full of treats, shoves it into her bag of holding, probably platter as well, and then runs and jumps through the portal over top of Ugna, looking for the shrubbery. I don't have the
There's a
object
lot of
interaction to
shrubbery.
take it.
There's shrubbery all around this clearing.
And I don't think I can get both the boys through to the other side. Hopefully there's people that teleport here that made it
You can't
through.
even get
What
to
we're
them.
going to do then is an entangle on the other side.
Just so you're using your boots for jumping to get extra distance.
Yeah.
You're using your free action or your bonus action to grab the stuff on your way out with your mage hand.
Yeah.
And then you are using your action as soon as you get through the portal to cast entanglement in the area beyond.
Yeah. And using
Okay.
my sorcery points to exclude, which I do have. Yes, careful spell.
How many people can you
Up to
exclude?
5 people. I will spend 2 if there are more than 10 people.
I mean, there's a lot more.
Can we cast Can you cast it just at the back rank so that it's just not hitting our people? Can we just position it at the back where the dragonborn are?
The range is 90 feet, so it's a 20-foot square, but you can place it anywhere within 90 feet. So yes, you can exclude your entire party by just putting it at least 10 feet further than the portal.
Yeah. I will still use a careful spell so that they can go in. No, wait. Does it matter for if they go through it afterwards?
Yes, like it stays there as long as you concentrate.
So the careful spell will mean that they won't see it as difficult terrain if they go in after I've cast it. Is that
Well,
what the
I
careful
mean,
spells
they'll
means?
see the entangle. It just doesn't affect them. So
Okay.
if you enter in an area with an entangle spell, you still are affected. You still have the saving throw, right?
Okay, so but what I'm saying is if I do it outside of the space where they are and then use careful spell, if they have to go through that, are they still affected by the entangle? Because I've used careful
The
spell on
people
them.
who've been careful spelled will not be affected.
Okay, I will
For more of the
spend
point, they'll
one.
make their saving throw.
Yeah. Yeah, I will spend one on my party. So that they
Hey,
at least so
just
that's
for the
one
part.
careful.
Gotcha.
One careful and one free or, is it free? No.
When what?
Entangle, sorry.
Yeah. So you're spending one sorcery point to cast this with or is it one or two for
Just one.
for careful spell? Okay. Yeah. And the 5 creatures excluded are your party members. Gotcha. Okay. So that starts the next round. And the creature who goes basically before everyone here because of surprise, quote unquote, is the one who cast the spell. So the end of that person's turn, the portal without ceremony winks out of existence.
With my held action, I did want to see if I could get a Dragonborn's head through the portal so that it closes and severs his neck, just to see what happens. Any chance of me doing that with a held action?
You can try.
Okay.
That's an unarmed attack. So
All right, let's do it.
Go
Little
for it.
old man versus big old Dragonborn with tons of
that
armor.
is correct. That's why I said you can try. So
What is it?
your unarmed attack is always proficient.
Yeah.
But you have a strength -1. So
Okay.
you have a 2 +2.
All right. What does a 10 get me?
That does not get you anywhere near the 21 armor class that you're dealing with. So
All right, we tried.
you throw yourself bodily into the back of the one Dragonborn, and he doesn't budge at all, and you just kind of crumple back to the ground.
I just yell up with his head inexplicably.
Yep, it's like the scene from Clue when Tim Curry goes, "I'm just gonna have to break it down," and runs to throw his shoulder into the door, and it doesn't do anything.
Bounces off it. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So, new round, the portal just without ceremony ceases to exist. The several of your friends who remain on the other side, including Eurus Gale, the members of the Chilwyn tribes, who I forgot about, but they were just throwing spears, the Fetid and the Quaggles, all of them remain behind, as well as Lucretia and who else was staying back there and casting spells? The
Sextus
Dark
Manius,
Conclave.
probably.
Sorry?
Sextus, probably.
Yeah, Sextus did not come through. The
Hang on,
nor
we
did,
we
cousin
disconnected.
Korvax.
Just a sec.
The Albania didn't come through. She was preparing some sort of spell, but you didn't get to see what happened with it. Nor did the
Oh, we
Dark
have
Conclave
a stream downage.
Yeah.
shrouded one. Oh, are we down?
Yeah, we're down.
Yeah, I got the blue screen.
And post it. Oh no.
Oh, no, we're just reconnected.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, I hit the reconnect button. I had to hit the reconnect to get us back up.
Okay.
Now we're back.
So I don't know where I was in that speech. I was just saying who's here and who isn't, but that's fine. I'll go through who actually came through the portal because it's a smaller list. Other than the party members, the Wizards of the Veil came through. The 3 wizards, all of whom were under the a fly spell cast by Azuria the Blue. In addition to that, Captain Darius came back through, badly injured as he is. And El Gato threw himself on the face of one of these Dragonborn. Other than that, I think that's it.
We've all been there.
Oh, and then the dwarves. Sorry, the dwarves who helped tackle.
Right. Yeah.
tackle through. So the contingent of 4 dwarves. Okay. So you find yourselves in a jungle clearing, which you can see a beach through the trees at certain angles. You assume that you're somewhere in the islands. There is jungle, of course, further south in Zaru, and this could be somewhere near the jungles of Zaru. But last you heard, Captain Darius was supposedly going to be trying to make his way past the Dragonborn blockades to get himself and his crew and the other guests back to Karsh, the city of Karsh, in order to use the portal that was there.
Okay.
So top of the round is Tromlin. So Tromlin, there are 2 Dragonborn warriors immediately in front of you. One of them being absolutely mobbed by Ugna and 4 dwarves, and then there is and Copernicus for some reason. Sorry, the second one that is still standing, Copernicus just ricocheted off of it, but it also has El Gato on his face. And then standing next to these 2 Dragonborn, in addition to that, are you and Morgan. And then 3 wizards have flown through up above you. And I guess Captain Darius probably launched himself into the melee with the dwarves. That's your
Gotcha.
current situation. And then across the clearing, there are groups of Dragonborn warriors fighting Tortle and Loxodon sailors. And unsurprisingly, the armored and well-armed, hardened warriors are definitely doing better in the fight than the sailors.
They're somewhere over here. Who knows?
Yep.
I am
further
going
south. The islands
to.
Or further south.
All right. I'm going to, for my main action, I'm going to hit Ugna with protection from fire
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
It seems like a smart move.
for an hour. You have resistance to fire.
Nice.
And I believe that just gives you half damage to all fire attacks
Yeah.
for the hour.
So even if I don't make my
If
saves, I'm
anyone's going to
still...
need it, it's going to
Yeah.
probably be Ugna.
Yep.
That I think does my. I only have 2 3rd-level spells, I think.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
So that's done.
So that's your 3rd level spell slots.
How far away is this shrub that I know that they're hiding in?
It's on the other side of the clearing, so probably maybe 30 feet away.
All
I
right,
think
cool.
I'll say 30 feet because we said that he could reach it with a dash, so it's got to be 30 feet.
All right, I'm going to use my Misty Step.
Nice. So you Misty Step over into the bushes. From the other side of the bushes, you can't tell which one is illusory, but from the other side, you're probably going to see Timothy and Tomothy. Make me a spot check. Damn it, what's the? It's not called a spot check.
Perception check.
Perception. Thank you. Sorry, I'm old.
I still say reflex saving throw.
Yep, perception check with advantage. And I
That's
will
good.
roll
Because
their stealth.
my first one sucked, so I'm glad to hear it. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah, they're high. I think I rolled for both of them. I don't know why. I'll just take the 1 dice. But yeah, you need to beat a 15. So yeah, you clearly see Timothy and Tomothy quivering and holding one another in a little tight knot beneath one of the bushes, which you assume now to be an illusion bush.
All right, I will approach them, calm them down, like, hey, you're gonna get out of this, okay?
We're all doomed. And then the other one says, to be precise, what he
slap
said.
him. Just shut up. We'll be fine.
Okay, next.
My
Ugna.
daughter's now yelling at me for saying shut up. I'm sorry, Velma. I won't say it again.
Tell her
It's
you
a
have
bad
my
word.
permission. I'm the DM.
No, Phil was real over for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, there are some Dragonborn here who need to be smacked in the face.
Yes, there's one under you and a group of dwarves and Captain Darius, which is a
Yep.
lot.
That's a lot of people.
Yep. It is, in fact, the fire dragon, the red
Oh,
one. There
man.
are others.
How hard would it be for everyone else to get out of this scrum?
What do you mean? Like,
Like we all
any
came through the portal and we're kind of in a little knot, but I'm sure everyone can like move when they need to, right? We're not backed up against a rock or a
No, in fact, the portal's gone and you're just like in
Yeah.
the middle of the clearing. You're just in
Yeah,
a big
okay.
open space.
Cool. So I don't need to clear some space. In which case I'm just laying the smackdown.
Okay, you're just pounding on this this
Yep.
dragonborn. Two-hand that hammer and just
Yeah.
start going to town. Don't bother making any rolls. You've got like a bunch of friends in melee,
That's true.
like that. You're all just
Just
beating the crap out.
roll some
And
damage.
you're not looking to like grapple him and restrain him, right? You're just looking to like beat him
Yeah.
down.
Let's
Um,
knock this guy out and then we'll
just,
sort things out later.
just roll your damage for both attacks and just tell me how
Okay.
much you're talking.
I'm not going to spend anything fancy on this either. I'm just going to.
No, but I'm also going to get you to add all the dwarves
Right.
bonuses as well.
Oh, that was trash. I rolled 2 and 2. So that is 10 and 7 for damage.
10 and 7, so 17.
Yep.
Okay, and now 4 dwarves. Each of them is wielding an axe or a hammer. So just roll me a d8 plus 4 for each of them.
Okay.
So just 4d8 plus 16.
That's 7 on the first one, 4 on the second one, 8
That's
on the
11,
third one,
19,
3 on the fourth one.
22.
6.
Oh, you didn't add the 16.
No,
Right, so 22 plus 16, 38, and 29.
I was rolling 6 times, right?
Sorry?
I was rolling 6
Say again?
times or 4?
I didn't hear what you said.
Was I rolling 6 times or only 4?
4.
Okay.
There were 4 dwarves.
So then,
Just
yeah,
ask
7.
Captain Picard.
There
Tell
are
him there are
4
5
dwarves.
dwarves, and we'll see what he says.
No, only 4. So yeah, those are just the base rolls, and then add the extra damage on that.
I did.
Cool.
And then they don't have 2 attacks, do they? When do fighters get 2 attacks?
Level 5?
5?
Level 5. Yeah, I guess these guys might do that. Yeah, I'm just going to double that.
Okay.
That's easier.
Just,
Okay.
we just beat this Dragonborn.
Yeah,
Go
you
pulp.
you get in there with your hammer and a bunch of dwarves. 2 of them have like maces and or hammers, and one of them has an axe. You all just like pound this dragonborn to unconsciousness. Next up is the bad guys. So across this clearing, a whole bunch of these the Loxodons as well, and Torils, but also these Dragonborn are now being grappled and entangled by the spell.
Nice.
So that means a lot of them are being restrained. So a lot of the fighting groups are kind of stopping in their tracks. Others are like hacking around them and freeing themselves from the restraint. One of them, seeing the one red dragonborn being like just mobbed by this mass of people, is going to one of them that is free from the entanglement is going to turn towards you and breathe the dragon's fire. So I need another DC 15 saving throw. Peter, can you roll for Darius for me?
Yeah, I can do.
I
12 on the die.
What on the die?
12 on the die.
12 on the die. The deck save, actually. I don't think he's going to make it. That's not his forte.
Which is, of course, the Latin for a strength save.
Yeah, a forte.
Forte.
Very good. What do you got, Alina?
I rolled a 10 plus 2, so I'm glad I have that fire resistance.
I also rolled bad, though, so the damage is only 26.
All
Then
right.
you take 13. The dwarves all take 26 and are variously
Owie, owie,
singed.
ow.
Lots of the smell of singed dwarf beard is like overwhelming.
Cool.
Burning hair. And Darius goes down again.
Ooh.
Damn it, dude. I wasted a 3rd level spell on you.
You kept him up through 2 breaths instead of this would have been instant death saving throws for him if he got hit by it when he was down because of the last time.
Yep. By the way, I should mention to Copernicus, because you have the Gematrucian going, you do see that Darius has not got his big cannon backpack, invisible cannons attached to him at this stage.
Okay.
What am I going to do with these black dragons? Do some random. That's worthless. All right, so some random acid bolt breaths are fired from a couple of these dragons. A couple of them just used crossbows at the flying wizards, but I've rolled a whole lot of shit. So yeah, I rolled. God damn, I'm gonna not use that die again for the rest of the game. Although I'm sure you guys would like me to, but
Please.
high roll out of that entire series of ranged attacks was a 9 on the die. So none of that does show. So I'm just imagining these 3 old wizards flying and going like wee waha woohoo as like various bolts of acid and crossbows fire ineffectually in their direction.
Yeah, these are the Stormtrooper Dragonborn.
Yep.
Good.
And now the one that is fighting with Elgato is going to try and remove Elgato from the situation.
That's rude.
Elgato has a character sheet, though, and he has some interesting numbers on it.
Please do not try and drink my tea. Caffeine is not for birds.
No, but tea is for birds. He wants
Conures
to
do
have all
not
the
need
tea.
caffeine.
Oh, I completely forgot. Alina, what did you end up with that saving throw for your fire attack?
Oh, it was a 10 plus 2, so 12.
+4.
Oh, so
You
16.
are within Elgato's
Oh,
charisma bonus to all saving throws radius
nice.
Ooh.
for his
So I think it
friends.
was DC 16, right?
Yeah,
Oh, then I
it
just
was
hit it,
DC 15. No,
and I
you
got it.
hit 16. It's DC
Yeah, I'm
15.
good.
So have the damage again. That
Ooh,
actually means Darius made it, so he is not down.
nice.
Yay!
It's me down to
And
7
the
damage
dwarves
instead of
were less
13.
singed also. Good thing I pulled out Elgato's sheet and reminded myself of his crazy abilities.
Thank you, Elgato.
So what is he going to do defensively against this crazy? Oh, right. Because of his shadow cape, he has displacement advantage. So
Ooh,
basically disadvantage for anyone to hit him.
nice.
So that I was like, I rolled really well for this Dragonborn attack, and now I have not.
Nope, because Gato's here.
Because Elgato is got
Always
all
bring
of the cheats.
a
Um,
folk hero with you.
yep.
Did Fetid make it
And
through the portal? Or is Fetid still on the other
no,
side?
Fetid was on the other side because he was staying at range firing arrows with his Quaggle buddies.
Elgato is our backup folk hero.
Yep. You only got 1. You're down to 1.
Yep.
Okay. So I forgot to roll him for the fire breath, but he has in fact evasion. So I'm going to roll a saving throw, which is ridiculous. He made it, which means he actually takes no damage. Yeah, so the Dragonborn whose face he's currently carving up tries desperately at like point blank to like grab up, swat him away, or hit him with his sword, and fails spectacularly. So next up is, I'm taking Fedit out of the order because he's not here now. Copernicus.
Okay.
So you from your perspective, you ricocheted off the back of this Dragonborn and did nothing to it. The Dragonborn's totally ignoring you, but is just being savaged in the face by this cat man and being completely unable to do anything about it.
And I help. Okay, so does it look like any new threats are going to be coming into the? I guess there's the guys who are bolting the wizards, correct?
There's still probably a 2-to-1 advantage on Dragonborn versus the ship crew, and that's including you guys.
Okay.
Maybe not as much. I forgot you brought a bunch of dwarves with you too. It's still, you're still outnumbered. Yeah, you're probably outnumbered 2-to-1. You're probably still outnumbered 2-to-1. However, a bunch of your your half numbers include wizards.
Yeah.
So
that'll
Very
help.
good.
Okay.
So there is quite a lot of threats. There's quite a lot of these Dragonborn and Red and Black Dragonborn who are in the process of dispatching Tortles and Loxodon members of the crew, some of whom have been temporarily distracted by the entangling vines across the field, but many of whom are still openly firing at the flying wizards or continuing to hack down and dispatch their opponents.
Okay. Who is the lockdown? Who I can see who is the most like hard pressed, has the most people on him right now, or him or
You
them?
can see at the far end of the clearing, you can see Captain Ulf is fighting like 3 Dragonborn single-handedly and
Okay.
looks very grievously injured already.
How long would it take me to get to him if I was just booking it?
Do you want to get like within touch distance?
Yeah.
Or
within 30 feet, actually. 30 feet will do.
30 feet you can do with 1 action. If you want to get right up to him, you need a dash.
Okay. I'm going to get to 30 feet. I'm going to include him in Thunder Step as a... Oh, actually, hold on, because the range of Thunder Step isn't touch. The range is technically the distance that you throw it, and it's one willing creature that you
That's
can
where you
touch.
go to. That's the range is where you go to.
Yeah, I
Thunderstep
know.
is from where you are.
No, I get that. What I'm wondering is, technically, Ring of Sorcery lets me turn touch into 30 feet for spell range, but I want to do that to the willing creature I can touch within the spell's text that is not the range of the spell, but is a range relevant to the spell. Would you allow me to use Ring of Sorcery to reach the 30 feet for that touch?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I understand what you're saying, and I think yes, I would allow that.
But then I can't. How rough is he though? Because I can't bomb them if I don't get actually close enough. I can't do the exit bomb on them, which is part of what I want here. You know what? I'll dash it.
Well, first of all, what's your movement with the flight? Oh, it's equal to normal speed. Okay.
It's actually slower than normal speed, I think. My hover boots are slow.
They're normal. They're normal. No, they're
Okay.
flying speed equal to normal speed is what it does. So you can, if you dash, you can get to it. You won't be able to pass the spell.
Okay. I will dash to him. How hard up does he look? Like in terms of like, is he like going to go down this round? Am I worried about that?
It's hard to say. He looks pretty, like the injuries he has would kill you.
Yeah.
But he is a large and grizzled ship captain, and you don't know what his capacity is like.
Okay. I've got enough hit points that I'm gonna I'm not hurt. I think I'll come in trying to like just through interactions maybe distract or peel off 1 or 2 of the people he's fighting to draw them as targets onto me.
Do you want to pull anything with your bonus actions to
Yeah,
that end?
All distracting intrusion, one of them for sure.
Sure. So that's just a save on his part, right? Yeah. Wisdom save DC 15 or disadvantage on attacks. He's rolled an 11. He does not have a bonus of that high for wisdom. So you successfully distract this Dragonborn warrior. He has disadvantage on everything he does the next round. And you having did you like say anything? Like, what are you doing to try and draw some aggro here?
I think Perny is, and if it's not clear what this is yet, it will be clear on my next turn, is running in going, and then he's going to yell thunder stuff in about 6 seconds.
Good.
That's nice. Nice. Next up then is the rest of your friends.
Oh, and I'll yell to Ugna, the protection only works on the red ones. Don't get breathed on by the other ones.
That's true.
I don't think I'd
So
notice that I have protection. Assume there's something going
we
on.
already got the dwarves and Darius have already gone because I got you to roll them on your turn, Ugna. So all that remains then is Elgato and the wizards. So let's have Elgato play with his toys. He is a cat, after all.
Gotta play with the prey first.
So having flown onto this guy's face and doing lots of various distracting to him, he is going to have his rapier of speed in one hand and his leather whip in the other. And with a crack of the whip right in his target's face, he is going to disarm him and remove his short sword entirely from the situation. That is successful. The short sword goes flying out of the Dragonborn's hand, and then he's going to stab him in the face with a rapier. Who would like to make an attack roll?
I actually would like to. I got to do my first rapier bout a week and a half ago, and I think I have a new addiction. So,
Nice.
Go for it.
12 on the die.
12 on the die plus 10 is 22. That beats the
That
21
hits.
armor class.
Hey.
He, having managed to put his attacker at unarmed and also to have him in close quarters with the other friends in melee here, he will get his sneak attack damage on this.
Nice.
What is that? Anyway, I forget what it is. He's got the swashbuckler rogue thing that means he basically gets sneak attack on every attack practically. Right. Rakish Audacity, that's the one. Whenever he's on a one-on-one, he gets his sneak attack no matter what.
Okay, I'm gonna get the pile of d6s that I can see on that shelf. Hold on.
You're gonna need a few more. Maybe not a Shadowrun amount, but a few more.
Yeah, it's only 6d6 that I need you to roll.
All right, how many am I rolling?
6d6.
I'm glad I got these. Okay. And then any of the d8 for the rapier?
No, sorry, you're right. It's 5d6, 1d8.
Okay.
I thought I got the wrong number there. I was looking at a different weapon.
Peter's so in character for Perny that he has wired headphones on right now.
These look a lot like hearing aids. 14.
Wired hearing aids would be especially.
17. 23. Yeah, if Perny has hearing aids, they were designed by the Maestro.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're steam powered somehow.
That was total of 23?
23.
Okay, he's going to spend a superiority die, so I roll another d8.
26.
26, and then he has plus 6 to that damage, so that is 32 points of damage. And he has a second attack, so roll again.
Morgan would definitely borrow the steam-powered hearing aids to press and de-wrinkle her silk robes.
Yeah, you get the driest earwax stains as a result.
No!
That's a 10 on the die, so we're one shy, because I think that gets us to a 20, which we know does not hit.
However, he does have some tricks. Roll another d8, please.
That's a 7.
And that, or wait, yeah, that's the bonus to his attack from the riposte that he did
Okay.
with his previous maneuver. So in addition to adding damage, he's added himself a bonus to hit. He has hit. Roll that damage again.
Does he get sneak attack? Does he get sneak attack twice in a round?
Every attack. Or is your sneak attack limited by number of attacks? I thought it was just. Hang on.
I thought you only. Yeah, I think in 5e they might have realized that
Yep.
once per round.
How it's written. Is it just
once per turn? Yeah, once per turn.
Once per turn. So
Okay,
never mind. So just the base D8 plus 6.
Okay, that is a 11 damage.
And then another D8 because he's going to throw that other superior point. Might as well get the damage out of it.
14 damage.
Okay. And his bonus action was his second attack because he has he's actually rogue, but his rapier speed gives him an extra attack with bonus action, which is why he had a second attack, even though he's not a fighter. So what was that total damage before? It was 28, and then you rolled another something just now?
20. Was it 28?
It was 28. It was 23,
Okay.
and then you rolled another D8.
Oh, okay, then it was 26, and then it was 14. So 40 altogether.
40 damage altogether.
Yeah.
And that is it for that Dragonborn.
Nice.
If you're not already following Peter on social media, he is posting sword and gauntlet pics recently.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to fight in gauntlets for the first time. It was a fucking delight.
Just sword pics on main.
Yeah.
Sword picks on main. Okay, that is El Gato. Next up for your friends is Wizards.
Oh yeah, get some AoE.
So yeah, well the problem is they don't know who all the friends and enemies are.
Yeah.
So Azuria the Blue, being probably the most together of the three of them, is going to shout down to the party members and say, are only the Dragonborn unfriendlies? Because obviously the Dragonborn are, because they're attacking everybody, but they don't know if there's anybody else as well. Does anyone choose to respond? Okay.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
In that case, between them, I think needing to do a lot of damage in areas but not affect the other people next to them sounds like a magic missile problem to me.
And magic missile problems require magic missile solutions.
It's true.
This is correct. So, one dart per extra level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's go for 4th level spells here. Both Dangalf and Aurelia are going to cast Magic Missile as 4th level spells, which means that they do get 7 darts each. Oh, yeah, there's no roll to hit. It's just automatic.
Magic missile. Yep.
So, yeah, they just 1d4 plus 1 force damage to for each dart to each target.
And
so
it's
a whole
force
bunch
damage.
of Dragonborn take a bunch of damage is basically what happens. 1 or 2 of the Dragonborn who have already been injured by their melees will get dropped by that. And then Azuria, who has lots of extra lightning-based spells, is going to line up a couple of Dragonborn and throw a lightning bolt through them, and probably completely fry them. I'm pretty sure her damage here is the base is 8, right? 8d6. And then she's gonna upcast it to max, I think. Just makes sense. Who wants to roll a whole bunch of d6s for damage for
I
me?
do.
Ooh.
For lightning.
Lightning
Yeah,
bolt.
20d6.
so
Lightning
we're
bolt.
gonna this is gonna get cast as a 6th level spell.
Okay.
So that is going to do 4, 5, 6, 3. So that is 8, 9, 10, 11 d6 damage.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
And I'll roll saving throws. That is garbage. And that is garbage. I have rolled a lot of single digit rolls on these d20s.
Okay. Can I just list out numbers right now?
Yep, go for it.
5, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 5, 3,
Sorry, that
3.
last one was 5.
Yes. 5, 3, 3 were the last.
Okay.
And then there's
Okay.
2 more, right?
4, 2, 3 is 30. 2 more.
5 and 1.
36.
36.
Nice.
36 damage. No
Very nice.
no successful saving throws. Another Dragonborn
Very
is
nice.
fried. The other one wasn't badly injured and is still standing. Next on the clock is Morgan.
Morgan
Morgan.
literally leaps for joy. Little lightning sparks off her little hoofs as she jumps in front of the person who just cast lightning bolt and will cast it herself.
Nice.
We're having a lightning party.
Make me an athletics check, and if you succeed, I'm making this a difficulty 15, but if you succeed, you can line up 3 Dragonborn with a very judicious landing.
Let me just shake the glitter up from this dice.
The nice thing about this environment is that there's not going to be any ricocheting. That the lightning is just going to go out into the jungle. So you can just pick an angle where there's going to be 3 Dragonborn in a row and nobody within 5 feet of them.
That's a 16 for me.
You did it. That'll
Yeah.
do it. So you leap with your light-footed boots, and you do like a fancy flip and pirouette and land in a perfect spot to line up. Like it's within the entangle, but it's your spell, so who cares? And you fire off. So go ahead and give me your damage. So you're casting that at your normal
1, 2,
3rd level.
3, 4,
So
5,
that is a 8d6.
7, 8. All right.
I'm grabbing a drink.
Okay. Can someone do math for me?
What you got?
Yep.
All right. I got a 6. I got a 4. I got a 3. I have a 2. I have a 2. I have another 2. I have a 4 and another 2.
25 total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice saving throws for these Dragonborn.
Thanks, Pico.
Nice as in they don't
One of
make
them
it.
rolling that 20 on his saving throw. That was really okay.
No, he
All 3
didn't.
of them made their saving throws.
Aw.
My only double
That 20 did
digit
not.
rolls for a while.
Oh, silvery barbs.
That-
Oh, you want
That's
to
a silvery
barbs up
barbs.
that nat 20,
Mhm.
so he's got to re-roll.
Silvery barbs it.
Mhm.
I don't know if he made it. He rolled a 13 on the die, and I'm pretty sure you've got a pretty high DC. 17
right?
DC, he did not make it.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Controversial. Perny's getting the silvery barbs bonus.
Ooh, good.
Ooh.
Works for me.
How
Like it?
fancy.
Yeah.
Someone's
Okay,
hungry.
and
They stole my rainbow bacon.
Oh,
we are back to the top. Tromlin.
Okay,
So the 2 Dragonborn
So-
right next to you are out of it. They're gone.
that's fine.
You can see a number. You can see Captain Darius is quite injured because of that last fire blast. And the Dragonborn who breathe in your direction, there's still a couple of them with line of sight on you nearby. Otherwise, the Dragonborn are kind of scattered around the clearing in various
The
combats.
Dragonborn who just tried to roast Ugna and roast Darius. I want to cast Hold.
Nice.
Old person is a saving throw, right?
It is.
Like, I don't think you have to roll anything. I have to roll the saving throw. Okay, so I will roll his saving throw. Wisdom save. That's what I was looking for. That ain't gonna do it. Back to my single digit rolls.
He's held for a minute. He's paralyzed.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
I think paralysis includes everything. I don't think he can like breathe fire. Or, it's not just movement. He can't do.
Nope, he can't do shit.
Nope. He's stuck.
Incapacitated, can't move, can't speak. Pretty sure incapacitated basically means can't take actions.
Yeah.
And that includes using the
You're
fire
out.
gun. So or reactions. So he is basically done. He can't do anything.
So if you want to
So the one who
draw
breathed
him,
is there's a gout of flame, and then he goes like inhales and then just holds there.
I don't suppose I can dash across the field and slit his throat, can I?
You probably can because you have the cunning action, so you can use a bonus action to dash.
All right, I'm going to dash across.
Actually, you don't
jump
even need that. You don't even need that because he's within 15 feet. He had to breathe fire on everybody. So you can easily get over to him with your movement.
Jump on his back and take out my dagger and just right across his throat.
Now, I do believe that you don't have an action left because you did the
Okay, that's fair enough.
the spell.
That's
right?
fair.
I'm just double checking.
I will make it to him at least. How about that?
Yeah, you'll definitely like position yourself to do something to him.
But if someone else kills him, I don't really care either. Like, it's not going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I was just checking whether there was a bonus action situation, but you basically place yourself where you can use your sneak attack and like incapacitated foe to completely end this guy on your next attack, your next action. So next up, Ugna. You and your dwarf buddies here are done pulverizing this one Dragonborn. Another one breathes fire on you, but now has been frozen in place, and Tromlin is basically like on his back with a knife out.
Yeah, I assume that's gonna go down. How I think it's gonna go down. Yeah. Where is
another Dragonborn nearby?
Yeah, where's the next nearest target-rich environment?
Like, there's lots of it. So like there were several Dragonborn who were like turning your way. Who some of whom were in the entangle and others have freed themselves.
Yeah.
So there's also some target-rich environment in the entangle where Dragonborn are taking down Loxodons, and you can certainly get into one of those mix-ups. You can also see Copernicus is in a mix of 3 opponents with Captain Oz a ways away.
Yeah, that seems
he
bad.
seems to be doing something. He's doing a dance. I don't know if you're sure you know what's going on there.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. In the entangle, you say?
Yep, but you are excluded from the entangle.
I am. I also can. Oh, I don't want to do that though, because that's going to hit the Loxodons as well. Second, just seeing if I can exclude people
What are you
from
thinking?
my Thunder Strike.
There are some spots where Loxodons are down and not in the fight, and it's just Dragonborn. They have dispatched a number of their opponents. It's very clear that until you guys got here, the Dragonborn were winning.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's an area where I can set off a 15 feet circle of thunder damage without hitting any Loxodons, I want to toss my hammer.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to throw the hammer to do that. You can
No.
jump and land with it.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, and like do the Thor smash the ground situation.
Yep.
You can pick a spot where you can get up to 3
All right.
Dragonborn with no Loxodons.
Let's
Some
do
of
it.
the ones who've been like lobbing ranged attacks up at the wizards.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I will yell at the dwarves before I leave, and I'll be like, "Go sort them out," and just sort of wave towards whoever's nearest that needs help. And then I will duck down, superhero leap, and come smashing down in the middle of this group of Dragonborn. So I am going to spend my charge. They need to make a DC 17 con save or be pushed away. And it's 4d8 thunder damage.
Or the pushed away, but also be stunned for a round is kind of part of that situation. So DC 17.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 1 who probably made it and 2 who definitely didn't.
Rolling 4d8. It is a shitty roll, but I got 12.
12 damage?
Better than nothing.
Yep. Well, 12 damage and 2 of them are stunned.
Yeah.
Very good. You actually have a second attack. That counts as an
I
attack.
do. Well, the ones who are here and
One of the ones that you are now in front of is not stunned.
yeah, let's hit that guy in the face.
It sounds like an appropriate thing to do.
All right, I got. That was a full attack, so I still get my second attack.
Yep.
And another attack. Cool. 13 plus 10 be 23.
Hit. That'll
I will
hit.
hit. All right, and I'm now wielding my hammer two-handed. Let's go D10. 8 plus 8, 16 damage.
Nice. In addition to what the 12 you already took.
Yep.
He's not very pleased about it.
Nope, that's a bad day.
Any other anything you want to do with your bonus or anything else you want to do?
I could bonus grapple, I suppose. Put this guy in a headlock.
Yep.
Why not?
Go ahead,
I've
make the roll.
I've never wrestled Dragonborn.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I have. That's right.
There's one on the list.
Yep. So 16 plus my strength bonus for grapple?
No, this is your grapple. Remember, you have expertise.
That's true.
In grappling, so you have a plus 11.
Yeah. So 27 to grapple this guy.
Extremely good at grappling.
It's like it's my thing.
Yeah, you got him in a headlock.
Good.
Okay. Now it is the baddies. Various
Baddies?
of the ranged
Baddies?
attacks. Various ranged attacks are missing or hitting the wizards. I got 1 nat 20. Dangalf takes a crossbow bolt in the shoulder and yelps in pain.
Not our squishy wizards.
A number of Dragonborn are now that are trying to break free of their entanglement. A couple of them have dropped their opponents or are in the process of doing so, but not a lot of success breaking free. Some of them do. Those at the edge of the entanglement and those who have broken free are now engaging with the group of dwarves, now led by El Gato, as Captain Darius runs over to one of his fallen crew and picks up a couple of pistols out of his bandolier to start some ranged attacks since he's full of damage. Sorry, that's your guys's. It's not the enemy's attack. That'll happen later in the round, but whatever. Let's see. One more gout of flame, this time in Morgan's direction. So from where you've landed, one of these Dragonborn is breathing fire at you. So make your deck save. And then the big one over here, Copernicus. What is your AC?
It's not
13
good, Lane.
plus.
It's not good.
85.
Mine's 14.
Okay.
Oh, that was close.
Small difference.
A little bit.
A little bit.
17 for me.
Okay, that'll make your saving throw. So you're going to take half damage,
Yeah.
which is still quite a lot. That's a pretty good roll. 10, 26. So that's not that great, but anyway, 13 damage you take from that go to flame. And Copernicus, now that you have drawn the attacks from.
One attack has disadvantage.
Yes, that's correct. So is it just one attack or is it all of his attacks for a turn or something?
Oh, all of his attacks, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought I assumed multiple people were attacking me. But yeah, if it's the one
Yeah.
guy, it's all of his attacks.
Two of them are attacking you. The two of them that are attacking you both have 2 attacks.
Okay.
So all 4 would hit you, but 2 of those have to re-roll because you gave him disadvantage. I
It's
will
the small
roll-
things, the small victories when you're getting pummeled to death.
Yeah, that worked very well. That may be the best your distracting intrusions has ever done for you because both of his attacks that would have hit you missed because of his disadvantage. So he with the haze in his mind and the crazy noises in his head, he swings wildly twice and doesn't hit anything. His
Nice.
friend hits you twice. What was I heard someone asking me a question?
Yeah, was it 14 damage that I took?
13.
13 damage. Also, I put a lightning bolt selfie POV. You get hit with lightning bolt in the Discord.
Nice. See.
Oh, and the official, the community one. Oh, hold on.
She rolls.
19
Oh,
damage
nice.
total to Copernicus.
Okay, you
19
take it
damage
on.
total from that Dragonborn with his 2 Gladius stabs. And his friend, who's still engaged with Captain Ulf, will take his attacks and hit once, and Ulf takes a little more damage, but is still up. And the guy who's being held remains held. I don't think he doesn't get another save to break, does he? Let me see.
Entangle, I think you get
Yes.
it. I think every time you start your turn
I think
or
so,
You make
yeah.
another
enter
wisdom
it,
save
Yeah.
attempt. That is a 1.
That's not going to work.
He does the opposite of break 3. He's got the hold person on him, Tromlin, and he like breaks free of it. Goes, oh, you're not like over here. This is the move your hand here. That's where you want the knife, and then he resumes the position, remain, and becomes held again.
That was nice of him.
Natural 1. And I think that's good enough for various folk there. Yep, that's good enough for the bad guys. Next up, Copernicus.
Okay. Before I start my turn, I have a joke for you. For what spell do tree people use trigonometry to calculate their area of effect? Entangle.
Oh, no. Good. Good.
Can I take my silvery barbs bonus back?
No, you can't.
Can I give it to you, Lane? Can I?
You used it to hit Perny.
The enemy that was attacking him.
No, just
Yeah.
to Lane specifically, not the DM,
Yeah.
not any of the NPCs.
Oh, I see.
Lane.
Just
Lane
to win.
outside of the fiction of the story.
Yeah.
Put it towards the grant decision I have coming up.
Oh, God.
My advantage.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me raise up my smudge bowl for Lane's
Nice.
grant.
Okay,
Oh.
Copernicus.
Thank you.
How does the song end?
You've been thunderstruck. Explosion in the clearing. 3 Dragonborn get a face full of thunder damage, and I do a
Amazing.
max cast.
I love this
Right.
fight.
I also love that we're all kind of storm themed all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Very good.
And let me just see if I can upcast it at all. Besides doing the warlock thing, I want to see if I can do any blood magic too.
Oh, there's a bird in my face.
I don't think the blood magic can raise the spell level. Okay, so no worries. But I will. Yeah, I'll max cast it at level
Yes, you
4.
can. You can take 10 hit points to cast the spell one level higher than your normal casting.
Oh.
But what does it do?
Oh, I see. Including level 5
Thunderstep,
rituals.
right?
I think it beefs up the damage.
Let me just double check where Thunderstep lies, because your base casting is what, 4th level?
Yeah. Oh, I see. It might be like every 2 levels or whatever.
Good boy.
Okay.
Did you guys hear everything?
Well, 1d10 damage extra. So I'd be doing 40d10 now. I could do 5d10. 10 hit points. Oh, but then I hit 3 of them with the extra 10 d10. I'll goose it. I'll goose it.
Okay. Yeah, the base is 3d10. Because your casting is 4th level, it's 4d10. And then taking that damage ups it to 5d10.
Yeah,
And
I will do that.
they just have a constitution save for half is all that they get.
I'll distracting intrusion 1 before I do it, just to up my chances here.
Sure, I'll make his saving throw a 2. I am really handing you guys this fight. That's fine.
And we love it.
You came through with like 3 extra wizards, so you were pretty
Yeah.
in a good space for this fight.
Yeah.
Regardless. It was a foregone conclusion. So their saving throws. This is con save, and your DC is pretty high now with your rod.
Pretty high.
Your mighty
Yeah.
rod.
With my mighty rod.
17.
Pretty mighty rod.
The 3 ain't gonna cut it. So one of them makes their saving throw. Oh wait, sorry, that's the one with distracting intrusions. I gotta roll.
Ah.
And the second roll was a 2. Again,
Hey.
this has been a really effective fight for you for distracting intrusions. So that is all 3 failed saves. So roll your 5d10 damage.
I've rolled my 5d10 for 25 points of damage.
All right, so they all take it. One of them buckles entirely and crumples to the ground, but all of them are sent flying from the thunderstep.
And I'll come out of the thunderstep as close to Tromlin as I can, in case Captain Ulf goes down.
Sounds good.
Yeah. With the joke by player, the silvery barbs bonus was removed, and then with the thunderstep, the silvery barbs was returned.
Wonderful. We love it.
Mine is the latest Game Changer episode.
I was just thinking that.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm behind on, or Jazz and I are going to watch when I'm back from my trip.
There was a significant amount of I'm taking a point away for that. Okay, I'll give it back for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Perchance was Vic in this episode?
What's that?
Perchance was Vic in this episode?
No, I
No.
won't say who's in this episode.
No, because it's
Okay,
a.
okay.
It's, also, I think you will really like it, Peter.
Okay.
It
I
is
know
relevant
what's his name?
to your
Josh
interests.
Johnson was a guest on something recently. Yeah, Josh
Yeah.
Johnson, yeah. Because I really like his stand-up.
I love Josh.
I will say nothing.
Mm.
But I will recommend to our audience that Dropout is like
So good.
the model
The
that we
best.
want to see of artists making art and supporting artists. Absolutely, you should subscribe.
I just want to say I love Jacob Wasaki.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yes. Oh my
I
god, I
love
love
him so much. I think I might rewatch Never Stop Blowing Up because it's just it's so good.
So good.
So that takes us to your friends. So wizards are going to continue whizzing, and they are going to throw some more impressive damages down upon the land here. I think, though, I'm just thinking about where is my spell list? I was just thinking about taking their cue from you guys and kind of getting into some teleportation.
Oh yeah.
So I think,
Sir, that's my guy. We're not allowed to eat my eye.
Aurelia the Golden is going to cast Bigby's hand.
Ooh.
and using the interposing option and the grasping option, really, she is going to start plucking hard-pressed turtles and loxodons off the battlefield,
Nice.
out of the entanglement, and depositing them one by one over towards where the portal was, where you guys have kind of really cleared out the enemy. And what other amusing options are there for that sort of thing? Yeah, some straight up teleporting, I think. Just trying to think of an option that grabs more than one person at a time. Yeah, I got a couple options here. I'm just going to say, for the interests of time, that Dangalf as well is going to place some obscurement type spells and create a wall of sand, and basically start cordoning off some of the enemies from their targets, so that they are penalized to attack them and potentially blinded. And then Azuria the Blue is going to say, "Fuck that noise! I'm here. I came here to
Throw lightning bolts.
zap Dragonborn and chew bubblegum." And
She's all in
Hasn't
bubblegum.
invented yet, so
fuck you! I can do two things at once.
And
So
chewing gum is a free action.
I stopped chewing gum when it got in the way of my verbal component. I almost choked mid-battle.
No.
I kind of gave it up.
So yeah, like Cone of Cold will catch several of the Dragonborn. That is an 8d8 damage, and the red ones are going to be particularly.
I imagine in the middle of all of this chaos, at least one of the wizards is spending an action to prestidigitation some like battle music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a free action.
Yeah. There's somebody conjures a bard.
Dangal thinks he is, but he's just doing it with his mouth. He's just going. Bam, 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 bam.
It occurred to me that Morgan wouldn't want to litter in spite of being in battle and destroying everything. She'd probably have swallowed her gum.
Excellent.
Bad for you.
Don't do it. I mean,
Darius
you're
grabs
undead,
some
so
pistols. Darius grabs a brace of pistols off of a fallen turtle and starts shooting Dragonborn. Elgato vaults from his falling opponent and does a somersault. And not wanting to get entangled in the entangle spell, he is going to do all of his, not because he doesn't know if he's immune to it or not, but he's going to basically leap from foe to foe and use them as a thing to stand on rather than get into the entanglement.
this is very Puss in Boots.
Yeah. So again, the whip goes out, crack, hits a tree. He swings on it, lands sword first on another Dragonborn face, and he goes, ha-ho, and carves the little G
Good.
into their cheeks.
A
How
G-
about you, villainous ones?
Garfield? Question mark.
El Gato.
No. What are you talking about? Don Garveldo. That's a different
Doesn't it
person.
start with an E?
Don Garveldo is an orange cat, and El Gato is a black cat.
Very
Oh,
different.
that's true. Very
Very
different.
different.
How could anyone ever get those two confused? I don't know.
Is anyone watching WWE these days?
Not particularly. I see clips every once in a while.
There's a really zany, fantastic Looney Tunes storyline happening with El Grande Americano, the alter ego, clearly the alter ego of Olympian wrestler Chad Gable, who goes away to
Amazing.
study the secrets of luchadors so he can learn how to beat them, and then is clearly coming back as, and they've done a good bit where the announcers, the stupid racist one who doesn't deserve his position, is playing dumb that he doesn't think that he thinks that they're really different people, and then the not racist one is like being like they're obviously the same person, and they've been running this bit for like 3 months, and it is still funny.
That's very good.
I
That
mean,
said,
like,
fuck Pat McAfee, he doesn't deserve a job, but anyway.
Oh, Pat McAfee's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
I love when they really
I've been
lean
seeing
into
a
the
lot of clips of
cartooniness of it.
Australian pro wrestling
yeah?
lately. Random Australians doing pro wrestling, like very fledgling. It reminds me a lot of like Stampede Wrestling and other like little Western Canadian, Western US bush leagues. I don't know if there is like a mainstream WWE type wrestling group in Australia, or if it's all little,
Not really, but like they have a lot of like decent companies. In fact, the first time I ever saw Rhea Ripley was in one of those. In fact, she was doing a match where
yes.
someone knocked one of her piercings out and slid a screwdriver through the hole and started twisting her piercing, her pierced lobe.
the
That's
bush
the
league
first
stuff
time I ever saw
is
a Ripley
mental.
match.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you I've ever told about the time that the band I was in the 90s played at a Bush League wrestling event that happened at like a Legion Hall. And because it was that level of,
Bush
it was
League?
Perry Funk and Leatherface were the headline. They were the only name, like recognizable known people, and everybody else was like locals. And I got to help wrap a table in real barbed wire for Terry Funk to go through, and he tore his scalp wide open, but it didn't stop him
Terry
from
Funk.
putting on a baseball cap and going to the karaoke bar afterwards.
One of my closest friends is indie wrestler Sue Young, and just the shit she does to her body just makes me
Awful.
want to cry.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
I
Wild.
mean, I love Sue. She is amazing as a person and a wrestler, but
But boy, do you have to scratch yourself to be a wrestler.
there are some matches she's in I can't watch because like that's my friend, and I don't
Yeah.
want to watch my friend bleed.
Bush League Pro Wrestling is like exists at the intersection of like pro cheerleading and circus geeking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's
anyway.
where it started.
Yeah, basically.
And
Yep.
and stunt work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, stunt work is like, that's like the baby steps
Absolutely.
for
And a lot of slapstick.
It's funny you mentioned stunt work. So there's a scream queen I've done some artwork for. Her name is Tiffany Shepis. And
Nice.
back in 2001, she was in season 2 of what was called Women of Wrestling. WoW. That season didn't air because September 11th happened. But she was supposed to be the big villain. She's talked about this on Twitter before. She was supposed to be the big villain for that season. And right before they start filming the first episode, because she's done so much stunt work, she's like, "It's weird you guys don't have a union because like if I get hurt in a film doing stunt work, I'm taken care of." 5 minutes later, someone came in. You're fired.
Wow.
Ooh.
She got fired within 5 minutes
Of mentioning
for bringing
unions.
up union.
The
Damn.
dirty you were. Yep.
Yeah.
Man. Well, let's wrap this round and take a bit of a break.
Sorry.
There's only Morgan left to go for this round. So what you want to do, Morgan? The tide is beginning to turn. You're seeing a lot more Dragonborn being isolated on the battlefield, as now that Dangalf and like Copernicus as well. Copernicus, Dangalf, and Aurelia have all really managed to like start pulling Loxodons and Turtles out of harm's way. So there is a lot more ability to area of effect Dragonborn.
Yeah.
The 3 Dragonborn that just got thunderstepped them and a couple others are like all within like a 30-foot radius of each other with no other targets.
Well, I was thinking of doing a storm sphere and letting go of my entangle. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Morgan is just full like anime femme villain cackling as she like
Amazing.
pulls her magic and concentration back from the entangle and just wraps it into a ball of storm and throws it back in that same area. So let's see. I
Nice.
think I do want to upcast this.
Can you? It's already a 4th level spell.
Oh, that's right. I cannot. So that is going to be
So you
strength
don't
saving
have to roll
throw
nothing. Yeah, you just drop
for against
everybody in it takes
2d6
the lightning
bludgeoning.
damage. Yeah. And then on top of that, you choose who's taking the lightning bolt that comes out of the sphere every time.
Nice.
So you can do one initially. Who's going to take that lightning strike?
That's a 6 on the dice. It's going to be the person that has the most hit points.
There's
And
no.
it's gonna-
Oh yeah, you have to
there's-
actually roll a hit.
Yeah.
Re-roll
4d6.
that because you get advantage on that if they're within the sphere, and I'm assuming you're hitting one of the ones that you.
Oh
dropped.
no. The bludgeoning damage is what they save for with a strength saving throw.
Yes, but
Upon
the
casting.
attack,
So that
the attack roll
didn't
for
roll
your
it.
lightning strike, you get to roll with advantage
okay, I will roll that.
as long as they are within the area, which the ones you're attacking are. So that 6 on the die can be re-rolled.
Ooh, shit, that's pretty bad.
The
That's
6
a
is high
6
roll.
plus. Yeah, 6 is my high roll.
So that's gonna miss. So the lightning bolt doesn't hit anybody. And I will
I'm
roll.
gonna use one of my things as a bonus action
You're gonna do some.
to re-roll.
I think the lightning strike is a bonus action. Yes, it is. So you've already used a bonus action, but you do have other options that don't cost a bonus action.
A wild magic surge.
You can do a mild magic surge reroll.
I will do that.
And what's the other option? Yeah, that you can just straight Tides of Chaos. Reroll a failed roll once per long rest with a wild surge.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not an automatic wild surge. It's a roll.
Roll 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the usual wild magic surge. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your wild magic.
Okay. So am I re-rolling with advantage? Or am I re-rolling?
Yes, sorry, yes. Reroll. You reroll the whole roll, so you include the advantage.
Okay. That's much better. That's a 13 and a 17 plus.
17 plus will hit. Actually, I think the 13 did too.
So the bludgeoning damage for that is.
Tell me the bludgeoning damage, and I'll determine how many.
That's 11 bludgeoning, and then
3 of the 4 take that full 11. One of them takes them.
4d6. 1, 2, 3.
A bunch of like rocks and seashells and shit go like, and branches are like whirling around. Fallen bits of equipment.
Ooh, that's so nice. The lightning is gonna be 15, 21.
21.
Ooh.
Nice on 46. That's a heck of a good roll. Nice. And then roll me your wild magic. 2 percentiles, please.
All right. So I was just taking a picture of my beautiful 3 5s and a 6.
Hell yes.
Where's my other one? There it is. So the first one is. Oh, am I rolling a? That is a 33.
Okay. And the second one?
And a 61. Yes.
Both quite innocuous. So you're not pick which one you like. Either your eyes are going to like glow like funky multicolored LED lanterns for the next 24 hours.
That was a good one.
Like flashing all kinds of different colors and stuff. Or the other one is you immediately misty step, like to wherever you'd like in the nearby. But when you poof into existence at the new location, a whole variety of delicious foodstuffs poof into existence with you.
Definitely that one.
Okay.
You
So
bring
you
in
like
snacks.
literally
You brought snacks
you
for the
drop
battle.
the storm spear,
She's
um,
yeah.
and then you poof back down to the ground and land in an array of little tables covered in sweets and tidbits and goodies.
She
Amazing.
is so
Mm,
happy. It is going through all of her like rage and turmoil right now, and immediately poofs floating down onto Ugna with all of these treats, and is going to like catch a couple of trays of cupcakes,
Oh my god.
and is just again just still cackling,
Oh yeah.
just like lightning, thunder, the storm, the wind is going crazy. The whipped cream has gone flying off of most of these pastries. So they're just whipped cream, berries, various like it is a lightning storm with also a food fight.
Amazing.
Nice. All right. Well, that's the end of that round. So let's take a break and then pick up and finish off the combat. We'll probably end a little early, so we might just end not much after
Yeah.
the combat. But first of all, people need a break. We need some bio.
Bio
So
break.
let's jump back in here in 10 minutes.
Go in a
10
few.
minutes.
Sounds good.
See you in a bit.